Why do bad things happen to them good people? Is it your way of telling me that we are equal? You're the one who told me about the good and evil. You're the one who told me about the good and evil. Somebody's dying today and new babies are born. Some celebrate their life and now their hearts are torn. Some cry at the funeral, although party their birthday. Some say that it's a zen, yin, the earth we God gave me the life so we can take it away at any time he wants, no matter how much I pray. When the time is done, Lord don't have the mercy. When it's time to go, well it's time to go. Life's a bitch, dead to die, I know, but Lord, how do you choose who's standing, who's not? Now I was wearing on my heart that you choose not him and not her. And why not them? Crooked cops and thieves who took my watch and teeth. Drug dealers and killers who just pop in the lead. Criminals and pedophiles raping women and children. Dumb presidents and villains on a killing spree to fill up the greed to get what they need. It all cost. It all cost.
What's up? You're watching Those Guys. My name is Bensky. This is my co-host Conan.
And the idea behind this show is to discuss the topics that matter to us. The latest releases in anime and manga, comics, television and movies, video games, and last but not least, the competitive gaming scene.
Each episode, members of Those Guys will bring you the most important news that is geek related. So pretty much, you guys don't have to go anywhere else. We're going to be your one-stop source for geek culture.
And as you can see, conveniently located above us are several links to help you navigate through each episode.
So sit back and enjoy our show.
I don't know, like I tried looking at it and it was kind of like slow. It felt slow.
Did it feel slow? I don't know. I was pretty into
Well,
it.
that's all I could tell from screenshots.
Oh, let's go. Oh, okay. What? We're 5 minutes in? She doesn't have a power yet?
Hi, my name is Ish.
I'm Jimmy. We're going to discuss the fall 2011 series. We're going to go over each other's picks, the stuff he likes, the stuff I hate on, the stuff I like.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Fate Zero. I think Gilgamesh and Saber are the only recurring characters for this one.
So, well, I don't know. Is that Lancer? Is that the same Lancer from before?
I don't think so. I don't think
You
so.
don't think so? Well, if he's anything like last Lancer, you'll forget he's there until he comes back to die. He appeared in like the second episode maybe, lost the fight, ran away, came back, and then died.
Like the cool characters that are introduced in this season is
Shiro's dad. Emiya's pretty cool.
okay.
He's like an assassin. He kills Magi.
You know what? Like those two voice actors are so similar. Like I kind of get them mixed up all the time.
Who?
The guy who has Assassin and the guy who has Gilgamesh.
聖杯戦争奇跡の願望機を求め争う戦いに私が
本来なら聖杯がサーバントのマスターとして選ぶ7人はいずれも魔術師であるはずなのだが君のように魔術と縁のない者がこれだけ早期から聖杯に見初められるというのは極めて異例のことだろうな。
サーバント召喚した英霊を使い魔として互いに戦わせるということもまた
まあにわかには信じがたい話だとは思うがあらゆる時代あらゆる国の英雄が現代によみがえり歯を競い合う殺し合いそれが聖杯戦争だ。
The other cool hero is
So you have Iskander.
yeah.
He's Alexander the Great. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but you can wiki it. He's Alexander the Great. That's like his Persian name. And he belongs to like this bitchy kid. He like used to be a student, and like the professor made fun of him, so he cried, and he ran out, and then he stole the guy's book,
Yeah.
his grimoire, and he summoned Iskander. And Iskander likes to boss him around and call him a bitch. But you know, he's Iskander. He's right.
Yeah. He can call down what's that horse? The lightning horse?
He does that?
Yeah, he calls like his chariot from the skies with the fucking sword slash. What's that horse called? Bucephalus.
Want to talk about Hassan?
Well, I don't really know much about Hassan except that he's not really fucking dead.
He's not. Nah, I don't want to spoil it, but he's like an assassin. His name is Hassan.
Hit him with the theory on the lore.
I had a lore.
Yeah, remember like you were talking about the 300 masks?
Oh, can I talk about the second episode?
I don't care.
Well, fuck it. Okay, so the priest sends Hassan to infiltrate this house, and he gets caught by Gilgamesh, and Gilgamesh just takes him out like a bitch. This is like the first time you see Gilgamesh, or one of them, first time you see him fighting, and he just does his noble phantasm, throws like a million weapons at him, and he's dead. And then like there goes Hassan, and then somehow he reappears in episode 3, and there's actually like 30 of them, you know, or more. So I don't know. My theory is that it's based on the 1,000 Immortals, which from Persian history, which is this unit that they had, and there would be 1,000 of them. And I don't know if they really wore the masks. They wore the mask in 300, but every time one of them died, they would replace him with another dude, and it gave you the illusion that they were immortal because there was always exactly 1,000 of them. So Gilded Crowd's this show on the Noitamina time slot. It's animation backwards, so it's this time slot that they have, and it's generally designed for people who don't watch a lot of anime. So the idea is that shows on here are going to be good, but that's really only true 50% of the time, maybe. So I've been very disappointed by shows on Noitamina, like number 6, which is the gayest thing I've ever watched, figuratively and literally. But then there's stuff on there that's actually pretty decent. Like I watched Anohana, and I'm not gonna lie, I fucking cried like a bitch. So Gilded Crown takes place in some kind of like fascist, futuristic society, and these people, they're fighting some kind of infection. I don't know, I forgot that there was an infection going on. I think that's just an excuse to oppress people. Maybe that's like something they're gonna bring up later in the story. But it's basically one of those stories where the main character is this spineless kid. Doesn't seem to have friends, maybe. He's kind of quiet. And he meets like this mysterious girl who stole some kind of weapon from some people. And he has to protect her because she has tits. And they're blatantly visible because she wears the sluttiest shit like I've ever seen. So he's following her and he's like, I have to protect you. I don't know how the kid's gonna protect her. He has no military training, he's just some random spineless kid. But it's okay, because they get attacked by these people called the antibodies. And they're like the police force of this fascist society. He just reaches into her tits and he pulls out a sword. It's like the sword and the stone, except it's the sword and the tits. And then they justify it. It's not just like, he doesn't just pull the sword out of her tits. This isn't tasteless. Get me wrong. It's not tasteless. There's a reason. All right? I'm not just gonna pull a sword out of some girl's tit. Okay. So basically, the weapon that he got from her is like genetics based. So he can touch people and he pulls weapons out of them. And the weapons are based on their genetic makeup. Maybe. That seems to be what it's about so far. So for her, it's a sword, and he pulls a sword out of her. Later in the second episode, he pulls a different weapon out of somebody else. I don't want to spoil too much, but that's what he does. So then he ends up joining some rebels, and there's mechs. It's fun to watch. I don't really have my hopes up. I've been disappointed by shows in this time slot before, but so far, it looks pretty good. It has good production value. It's fun to watch, and hopefully it'll stay consistent and be pretty decent.
I'll probably check that out after we're done with this stuff.
Yeah, definitely worth watching the first episode. If you like action, if you like swords, if you like robots, if you like tits.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, there we go. You got a show for you. And so yeah, there's things I'm gonna plan to read. Hopefully, in next episodes we'll cover some more manga. I'm actually reading One Piece at the moment while I'm trying to catch up. And after I finish that, I'm gonna try to read Onani Master Kurosawa.
What's that about?
It's about jacking off.
What's up? I'm Bensky, and you are watching the comic book section of Those Guys. I'm here to fill you guys in on what's been happening in the comic book world. First off, we're gonna talk about a DC reboot called The New 52. For all the new readers out there that have never read comic books, this is the perfect time to read comic books because pretty much DC just took 52 top titles and they started to reboot them, new outfits, new different storylines, and perfect time for you guys to read. A lot of people hate it because they can't handle the change. A lot of people loved it. I personally love it. My first pick is Justice League. Justice League sets 5 years before our heroes met up, so you pretty much see Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, and you really get to see them interact with each other before they met and stuff like that. My second pick is Action Comics. It pretty much shows Clark Kent before he became Superman. Like he just has a t-shirt on, pants, and like a cape, and he doesn't know how to fly yet. He's just jumping around everywhere. Metropolis hates him, so I really want to see how he wins Metropolis back, so it's a really good read. My third pick is Red Hood and the Outlaws. You see Jason Todd. This is after he comes back to life. He's with Arsenal, Green Arrow's sidekick, and Starfire from Teen Titans. Corey is really slutty in this version, so beware out there. It might not be good for young readers, but we'll see. My number 4 is Green Lantern. If you guys are thinking that the Green Lantern series is Hal Jordan, you're gonna be wrong because the main character so far right now is Sinestro. He has his green ring and he's trying to say the oath. Well, they're forcing him to say the oath. If you're wondering how he lost his ring, you have to read Blackest Night and Brightest Day, and it'll get you informed about that. So he pretty much travels to Earth and he finds Hal Jordan, and he tells him that I could give you a ring, you gotta help me, stuff like that. My fifth is Batgirl. Yes, they brought Barbara Gordon back, but since it's a reboot, they completely erased Oracle, like Oracle never existed. She still got shot by Joker, and she was in a wheelchair for 2 years, she even said it, and she just magically healed. That's what they said in the comic book, she magically healed. It's a really good, interesting, like we're gonna find out how she got healed. I'm pretty sure she just got dipped in the Lazarus pit. Those are my top 5 picks. There's a lot more good ones. Out of the whole 52, there's not that many good. I would say a good handful are pretty good. If you want to know what happened, how the reboot happened, you have to go read Flashpoint 1 through 5. And it's about Barry Allen and how he reset it. Now we're gonna talk about Marvel Comics. First off, we have Fear Itself. Fear Itself is about the Serpent, Odin's brother. The Serpent got revived by Sin, and he pretty much sent out 7 hammers all over the world, and our heroes are trying to battle them. The series just ended. It was 7 chapters long. I read all of them. I loved the first 4, I believe, and it ended pretty bad. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys, but I wasn't a fan of it. I give it at least, I don't know, 2 out of 5 or something in this 7. Next off, we have Schism. Schism is an X-Men event that eventually leads to Scott and Logan's breakup. It's a really good event. They show the new Hellfire Clubs. They're like 12 years old and they just destroy the X-Men. Pretty much, Logan leaves and Scott has his own team. Next week, we're gonna have Wolverine in the X-Men #1, and the following week, we're gonna have Uncanny X-Men #1 again. So that's gonna be a good read for us. Next off, we have Future Foundation. If you guys don't know, Future Foundation is a new group that Reed Richards made. When Human Torch died, he said, we're not gonna do Fantastic Four anymore, we're gonna create a new group. It's called Future Foundation, and they recruited Spider-Man as their new member. As you can see, they wear a white outfit with a little black symbol in the middle. The whole story is pretty much about alternate Reed Richards, like 4 of them. They came back to our world to stop our Reed Richards, so it's a really mind fuck. So it's crazy. You guys will love it. Also, the return of Black Bolt. Yes, he's in this chapter. We saw him. He died in War of Kings. Vulcan killed him. They both kind of killed each other. He's back now, and he's gonna just break faces. Next off, we have Uncanny X-Force. I believe this is the best X-Force, not just X-Force, the X-Men title ever so far. They have 16 chapters. What's going on is pretty much Apocalypse has been reborn to like a little child, and Phantom X shot him in the head, and what's happening is Archangel is turning into the next heir of becoming Apocalypse, and they have to go to like the Age of Apocalypse. They met the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler and stuff like that, so it's really interesting, and it's a really good chapter, really, really good. Now we're gonna talk about New York Comic Con. It just ended last week, and they busted it out with so much news. First off, we have the return of Cable this year. If you guys know out there, Cable died in Second Coming against Bastion. He came back and he sacrificed himself. He blew up. Now he's coming back. So it's a really good read, and we're gonna see how Hope reacts to this and stuff like that. It's gonna be awesome. Next off, we're gonna have the return of Phoenix. Yes, Jean Grey is coming back. They killed her off 9 years ago, and she's finally coming back now. We don't know what's coming back. It's either Phoenix or a new host or Jean Grey itself. We're hoping for Jean Grey. So if it's Jean Grey, we're gonna wonder who she's gonna go with, since the X-Men's place, either Logan side or Scott's side. So it's gonna be interesting. Next off is the return of Sabretooth. Yeah, Logan killed him a couple of years ago, cut his head off, and he's coming back. So we don't know how that works out. Next, we have Storm joining the Avengers. I hate that move. I think it's a really horrible move. She should just stick with X-Men, go back to Wakanda, and chill with her husband, because she's too busy. You know.
Racist.
Next off is we have the death of Wade Wilson. Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool is dying. For all you Deadpool fans out there, he's gonna die next year. He is immortal or some sort from the deal he made with Thanos. We're gonna see how death takes him. So we'll see how that goes. Starting today, we're gonna have a what if battle. Today's battle is Daredevil, Matt Murdock versus Red Hood, Jason Todd. The settings will be rooftop, standard equipment, morals off. I wanna hear your guys' feedbacks. You guys gotta go to our Facebook page. We're gonna have a poll and you guys could discuss there. Next Thursday, I'm gonna talk about which side has the best argument. See you guys then.
What's up, everyone? This past weekend, we celebrated the annual MLG Orlando 2011, which was a great event. This was also the 3rd consecutive major where a non-Korean took it. We had Idra winning IEM China not too long ago, Stefano fresh off his victory at the IPL 2 weeks ago, and then we had Huck placing first at MLG Orlando. Now, despite most of the top Korean competition remaining in Korea to participate in the GSL, I think you can assume safely that the gap between foreign and Korean play is getting a bit smaller. My favorite moment this weekend had to be Boxer.
You look fucking tired.
Boxer didn't play well in pools at all. Saturday when I showed up to watch him, he was 2-3. He lost to Hey Pro, he lost to Idra 2-0. He just had a bad showing. But this is what's inspiring. Boxer stayed there all night long. He was the last person to leave the convention center, sitting at the pro station, just practicing and practicing. Jessica even was on a computer next to him, playing her own style of Terran as well, which is funny. The next morning, I got up to get coffee, and Boxer and Jessica were eating, and Boxer was the first one into the convention center. Right after breakfast, he went straight there, was practicing again, and it really showed in his play. He eliminated Stefano, who was a huge favorite in that match, and he went on to defeat Sase, and then take 3 straight games off Idra in an incredible series, which had many unorthodox builds including the orbital float to the gold right away on Metalopolis, and then an SCB Marine all-in on Tal'Darim from cross positions, which had Boxer bunker rushing his expansion, and just perfect placement, taking it out as well as the spine crawlers that couldn't even reach it. It was really good to see. Unfortunately, he lost. Idra only had to win 2 games to win. Boxer had to win 4, and that was probably the most crushing moment of this weekend as well for me. Moving forward, we do have BlizzCon this weekend, where they'll be unveiling 3 new units for the Heart of the Swarm expansion pack, set to release whenever. It is Blizzard. Aside from that, we do have the BlizzCon Invitational, which has people from all over the world fighting for $50,000 US. From North America, we have representing Select and Chef. Europe, we have Rhett Naniwa. Southeast Asia, we have Moonglade and Jazzbass. From Latin America, we have Major and Killer, not to be confused with TSL Killer. From China, we have Loner and Tudming. From Russia, we have Damaga and Brad OK. And then all the way from South Korea, we have the clear favorites, Nestea and MVP. Now, I know what you're all thinking. They're just going to come in here and wreck house and just take that $50,000 for free. But let's not forget that Damaga did defeat Nestea in the World Super Tournament in the GSL, which 7 months ago. Damaga did beat him. MVP is also in the main event for this weekend, the GSL Finals, where he'll be taking on MMA. So his head might be more focused on MMA rather than the Invitational. So those are just 2 things to think about. As for the GSL October Finals, we are going to see MVP, the Terran King, versus MMA, aka the Little Emperor, aka Boxer's son. Now a little bit about MVP. At some point before MLG Anaheim, he just decided to become a god, a perfect player. His mechanics are perfect. His build orders just seem to be amazing and just always work regardless of the situation. Obviously the clear favorite going into this one, with most people thinking a 4-0 decisive victory over MMA. But let's get on to MMA. At times, MMA looks like absolutely unbeatable. In my opinion, he's got the most potential out of any Terran at his level. With his incredible multitasking, his swarm you with drops, really aggressive playstyle, and his just genius build order openings, he's just a nerd baller. But he also seems to suffer from tilting and just overall inconsistency in his play more than any other Terran I've seen as well. With the recent victory over MVP in the GeForce Pro Cup 3-1, MMA has shown he has what it takes to dethrone the king, which is why I'm picking him 4-3 over MVP in the first epic GSL Finals. Match of the week. I'm torn this week between 2 very special matches that took place last night in the Up and Downs. We had Tasia versus Top and Hongen versus Keen. Let's look at the highlights. First and foremost, all these matches can be found at gomtv.net. If you are not currently following the GSL, first off, cut that out. Head on over to their website and subscribe. It's well worth the money. Second of all these matches can be found in the GSL October Up and Down matches. Our first match of the week brings us to Antigua Shipyard between Tasia and Top. Tasia opens double gas, double tech lab barracks into Reapers, throws down a factory, and for the first time since beta, begins researching nitro packs. Once hitting 6 to 8 Reapers, along with a medevac for healing, he just storms into Top's base and obliterates everything he had for the GG.
He's going to be just fine.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly, Top is in a bit of trouble here.
That medevac doing so much healing, enabling him to really burst up that little, well, it's not even a ramp, up that cliff.
Well, he's going to have to be careful not to micro the medevac with the Reapers too much. That's going to prevent the healing. Look at all those Reapers, man. What is this, like beta?
What is going on?
This
The Marauders,
is
the only thing that has any answer for this, but he goes down so quick.
Oh,
and the Reapers and
so
GG coming
GG.
from top.
Whoa! That was awesome, man.
That
I love
was crazy.
it. Well, I guess he went Reapers then.
Well, I
Alrighty.
think he did go for
Our second match of the week between Hongen and Keen takes us to Daybreak. In a very Brood War-esque Stork style of play, Hongen brings back the carrier in style. Opening fast Nexus, he takes his first gas, and then goes double gate core. From there, he transitioned into Stargate play. Nothing too funny until Fleet Beacon goes down, followed by another Stargate. Just barely holding off the initial Marine Marauder attack from his opponent, leaving his Nexus with 8 hit points, he pushes out with his carriers and smashes through Keen.
Oh, actually, it's lucky that those Ghosts didn't get force fielded in, and pretty good force fields from Hongen, actually.
Yeah, pretty good force fields. The Marines targeting down these sentries. He's going to want to pull back now, though, as those force fields fall. He's actually doing as much damage as he can. More Zealots warping in here. The first carrier is out.
Carrier has arrived.
He's actually making interceptors on it right now. A bunker
Yeah.
goes down here, but the carrier is out.
Is it going to be fast enough? There's only 4 Marines there. Not many Marines at all, actually.
Yeah, he's actually trying to target down that carrier, but it's not going to get targeted down. The Nexus, though, may get targeted down. The second carrier trying to do what he can.
Save it?
I think he will save it, but it's going to be close. Nice micro by Keen.
I don't know,
More
man.
units coming in here, though, to target down the Nexus.
Oh, this is so close. The Nexus is going to die, I think.
Oh,
you
8
gotta
hit
be
points
kidding me.
left. 8 hit points left. One more
No
shot from
way.
any of those Terran units would have done it, man. I can't believe Hongen didn't pull his probes. Anyone else would have pulled their probes. But Hongen said, no.
I guess
no,
not.
I make carriers. I don't pull my probes, and my Nexus has
Wow.
8 hit points left. Keen is going to try to go
is he
for
gonna
this.
Be able to stop these, so all he has to do is run right past. He's going to try one shot from the Marauder. Oh, and he saves it again. I can't believe
And
it.
Hongen is ahead, man, and you know how many carriers he's about to have? He's about to have 4. He's going to go with it. Remember, he has Guardian Shield that makes those interceptors much more deadly.
That's very true. Well, here he goes. Interceptors taking flight to try to do some damage here. SCVs immediately coming off the line. Good force fields again from Hongen. SCVs repairing that bunker as best they can. Will it be enough? There are 2 Vikings out. And
that bunker is just staying alive, man. There's so many SCVs that the Zealots cannot attack it.
Yeah.
There's just not enough. There's not enough anti-air here, man.
Oh wow, I think Hongen's got it.
I think Hongen's got it for sure. Just too many SCVs are falling, and
Yeah.
Hongen with an awesome new carrier build, just taking out Keen here. Looks like one carrier will fall, but the rest of the carriers are plenty enough here. There's only a missile turret and SCVs and 2 Marauders,
Yeah,
and
look at
that
that
cannot
micro,
beat
too.
carriers, man.
This is so awesome. I can't believe we're seeing this. Hongen
The
has
crowd
won
is
this
going
game.
wild here at the studio because no one has ever seen carriers used in such a way.
No, nothing like this before. Wow. So impressive by Hongen, really making carriers work. I never thought I'd be saying those words.
You know, when I said I think he's going to make a fleet beacon, I felt something. Something
felt
I
the
haven't
disturbance?
felt since... Well, it's been a long time, man. And when Hongen made
guess
those
so.
when he
5
made that
carriers.
fleet beacon, I got excited. GG!
What's up, YouTube monsters? My name is Jeff, and I'm here with my co-host,
Sizzle.
and we're going to talk about the latest and hypest news in the fighting game community. So to start off, season beatings happened over at Columbus, Ohio, and that shit was pretty hype. Sizzle, what are your thoughts?
So Jeff, season beatings was on point this past weekend. We had a lot of good hype matches going on.
Yeah.
A lot of upsets, and I also believe that there's some players that came out of the woodwork that are going to be known throughout the fighting game community.
That's right. You know what makes season beatings so hype is that special event scheduled throughout the entire weekend. You know, Friday we got East vs. West, Saturday is Good vs. Evil, US vs. World, and of course we got Top 8 on Sundays.
Now, we also had some matches going on with Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
Wait, hold on. Fuck Street Fighter. That shit was boring as hell.
I would say so. I think I fell asleep a couple times.
Yeah, I fell asleep too. That shit was not very fun. So we'll just jump right into hype stuff. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. My nigga Flocker, he was in there like underwear. Like, he was buying kids.
For those of you who don't know, Flocker is a Phoenix player down from the city of Miami. He's been to a couple tournaments already. He's been to CEO up in Orlando. He's bound out to Devastation out in Arizona. Last EVO, he's also placed top 32.
Yeah.
And at Season's Beatings, he was actually given the chance to be on both Good vs. Evil and the East vs. West team.
Now, you know what makes it so crazy is that like he's pretty much an unknown throughout the entire world, except for Miami. You know, I think Noel Brown, you know, he spotted him at CEO, and he decided, you know, this kid's pretty good. I want to put him on my team. So what are some of your favorite matches throughout Season Beatings?
One of the most noticeable matches that I remember from Season's Beatings would be when DJ Hoshin was versing against Combo Fiend.
Ah, yes. DJ Hoshin, the Felicia player.
The Felicia player, yes.
That
Felicia
kid.
player.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. It's just noticeable to me. When he was facing against Combo Fiend, as everyone knows, Combo Fiend's, his team, his Spencer team it's ridiculous. All the supers connect into each other, and it's just like one big waterfall. But DJ Hoshin had a happy birthday, blew X Factor, and just went along with it.
I think throughout the tournament, DJ Hoshin played extremely well, but like in top 8, he was dropping a lot of combos. Like that one match against Combo Fiend, it was a happy birthday.
But you know what? It was a perfect match, Jeff.
Yeah. On to the next one. Combo Fiend versus Flocker in the winner's semis. This was the salty run back from Devastation. All right, so Combo Fiend just killed the 0, lands a mix-up on the trombone, snaps in Phoenix, and his very first mix-up, Flocker X Factor is out of fear just to avoid that 50-50. And I thought it was a pretty smart idea because he avoided the 50-50, and he still managed to get a kill right here. And he got a good advantage, I think.
Of course, you gotta play it safe. Still don't have the 5 meters yet for Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, you gotta do whatever it takes to keep Phoenix alive, IMO. And here he just chose his true skill with Phoenix by itself, just Dark Phoenix. No X Factor, none of that cheapness.
Combo Fiend wanted it. He wanted to try and get rid of Phoenix as fast as he can.
Yeah, that was pretty smart on Combo Fiend to snap her in, but he just couldn't close the deal.
Flocker's keep away game is just too good.
Yeah, it was too good. So cheap. All he had to do was touch him one time, but nope. You couldn't touch him. Untouchable. Nope, that doesn't work. And
healing for the lulls.
Yeah. Just chips him out.
And it's done.
Good chip, Flocker.
From Season's Beatings, we're going to go right into the Canada Cup, which is going to be happening on November 5th and November 6th.
What makes Canada Cup so big is it's going to have this 5-on-5 double elimination tournament for 5K, and it's going to have teams from all over the world.
So right now we have Team US. We have confirmed is Justin Wong, Ricky Ortiz, and Mike Ross, which I'm pretty sure the last 2 slots will be happening. We'll be hearing about very soon.
Yeah, and then we got Team Europe, which has Reinhardt as the leader, and Team Europe 2, which has Luffy, which I'm personally excited about because I'm a Rose player, and Luffy's my hero. This guy bodies a lot of top players, and he's been bodying a lot of them lately.
Even with Nerf Ultra too.
Well, he's been a little iffy with that Nerf Ultra, but we'll see if he pulls it out in Canada Cup.
We also have Team Korea coming, Team Singapore, Team Canada.
And of course, we got Team Japan, which has Tokido, Bonchan, Neurosis, Mago, and Daigo.
Team Beast.
It's not looking very good for US at all. Or the world.
The world I think is going to be free for Japan.
More than likely, because that team is too much. So in other news, Capcom just announced that the gem system cannot be disabled in Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Cannot be disabled?
That's right, cannot be disabled.
Fucking bullshit!
Yeah, man. You never know. Like, at first it sounded pretty cool because, they have little power-up gems and whatnot. But then I heard Auto Guard, Auto Tech.
Auto Guard is you're walking up to a person regardless of trying to block. I mean, it's going to block for you. There's no footsies. How are you supposed to make a competitive game out of that?
I have no idea. Like, Ono admitted that the point of these gems was to bridge the gap for the newer players to help them compete, but they went a little overboard with this, and I don't know.
I mean, my feelings about it, man, it's way too early in development. They said there's hundreds of gems coming out. If they do make it a viable thing, someone's gonna figure out what gem is broken.
Yeah, they're gonna abuse the gems for sure.
And everyone's gonna be picking that gem.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, fighting game community, we want to know what your opinion is on who should be filling the last 2 spots on Team US. Right now we got Justin Wong, Mike Ross, and Ricky Ortiz.
Yeah, Lord knows that we need some help because Japan is pretty beast right now. Also, we want to know, what do you think about the gem system in Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
Bullshit!
If you could, just leave your comments below, and we'll see you next week.
Now, find a new rival.
What up, world? You're watching the sports and FPS section of Those Guys. My name's DJ. This guy to my left here is Jay Doza. What do we got for the people today, man?
Today we're going to be talking about Battlefield 3, Modern Warfare 3, and FIFA 12.
Okay, so let's start with FIFA. How's it this year?
It's got a lot of good changes. It's a big difference than last year.
Oh, really? So let's start with gameplay. What are the big changes in gameplay-wise?
The biggest change is going to be the defensive side of the ball. You definitely have more control over everything that happens. In the previous versions, you could ask the computer, you can call over the defender as you're following the man that you're following. You call over the defender, and it would basically be like a homing missile, and the computer would 90% of the time take the ball away.
So that was last year's version. How's it different now?
In this year's version, you can still call the second defender to help, but the second defender will only come to contain. He won't come and try to take the ball away. He'll either come really close, about a yard out, or you can have him stay about 10 yards out to cover passing lanes.
So is it easier to play that way, or is it better?
It's not easier. It's definitely not easier, but once you get the hang of it, you definitely become a much harder player to defeat.
So you think that system is more realistic or more fun?
Definitely more realistic, especially on the offensive side of the ball as well. There's a little bit subtle changes, not too many, but subtle changes as far as the crossing. Okay. It's definitely harder to cross the ball in this game. In the previous version, you could just cross the ball, and if you had somebody who was good at scoring with headers, it was almost a 90% chance of scoring a goal.
All right, so offense is better, defense is better. What about some other changes in the game?
As far as the menu is amazing now. It's the smooth transition compared to last year's and the 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go back all the way to FIFA 09 or something like that. it's definitely better. It's just a smooth transition. Everything's it's just pretty.
So let's talk about like the multiplayer. When you play people online, is that experience as fun as playing offline?
Yeah, it's definitely, obviously it's fun to play with somebody that's right next to you and they would just run your mouth talk shit. But in the online mode, it's a little different now. Ranked quick matches, it's just not a ranked quick match, just as simple as that. It's actually, you're split into 10 subdivisions. Division 10 is obviously the highest, but everyone starts off in Division 1. Okay. And you have to work your way up. The more points you gain, and then let's say for instance you gain up to 16 points, you get 3 for a win. And every time you, let's say for instance 16 points, that it gets you into the second division.
Okay.
And in the second division you might need 30 points. And to get to the third division you get 50 points. But everyone that you play is going to be at the same skill level as you.
So as you get better, you're going to be playing better people,
Yeah.
and when you start out, you get to play people around your skill level.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Changing up the pace a little bit, we're going to be talking about Battlefield 3 now.
Battlefield 3 is actually shaping up pretty well. It's being made by DICE Games and it'll be out on October 25th.
And as far as the PC version and the console versions, what are the changes?
Well, actually, it's kind of controversial. The PC version is going to have 64-person maps. They're going to split you up in 6-man squads. So you're going to be able to, run around, run and gun with all your buddies. And the cool thing about that is when you die, instead of being respawned at a certain point, you're going to be respawned with your team. So you're going to be ride or dying with all your boys all together. But the console version now, there's only 24-person maps. It's going to be a little bit smaller, but you're still going to have that cool like 6-man squad, type gameplay. But it's not going to be as big as the PC version.
And so what about the gameplay?
The gameplay is actually shaping up pretty well. It's not exactly like Modern Warfare where you're just running and gunning and team deathmatch. They actually have a lot of objective-based maps. You're gonna playing with 4 different types of loadouts, which is similar to like a class system. The first one's gonna be engineer. You're gonna be able to ride vehicles. You're gonna be able to repair vehicles, to help out your squad. You're gonna have a scout, which is basically your sniper class. Then you're gonna have a support and an assault class, which is fused with the medic. So assault and medic are kind of the same class now. The one thing that makes it different than Modern Warfare is you're gonna have a lot of lifelike aiming. Say you're a scout and you're a sniper, when you're running around, you're gonna have to get into the prone position, you have to sit. And even if you breathe, they're gonna be rocking back and forth, back and forth. So aiming with a sniper isn't as easy as it is in other games. But the one cool thing you can do as a scout is say you see some guy over a bunker, but you can't get a good shot on him. What you can do is you can point him out on your mini-map to your friends. So everybody else will know where that guy is that you just scouted.
That's pretty cool.
So it is a little bit harder, shooting that game because it is more realistic, but you do get points for doing things like that to help your team out. So I am looking forward to it. Another thing on the gameplay side is you're gonna have a destructible environment. Now how that's cool is because say you're running through a map and you see a wall that looks like it can be broken. Instead of running around, you could just bust on through like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah.
So it seems pretty cool. But yeah, man, Battlefield 3 is definitely shaping up to be a pretty good game.
Now we're gonna be talking about another first-person shooter, everyone's favorite game, Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, everybody's been playing Call of Duty. It's a real popular game. But instead of going into what the game's about, we'll just talk about the changes from Modern Warfare 2.
All right, so what are the changes from Modern Warfare 2?
Well, the biggest change is they're actually getting rid of kill streaks.
Come on, man.
But then what they're replacing it with is this new system called point streaks. Now how point streaks works is, say you're playing Capture the Flag, and you kill 2 guys who are next to each other, you're gonna have 2 kill streaks, obviously. Now say you capture the flag after that, you're gonna get a point for that, which will work towards your kill streak. So you'll have 3 points, you'll be able to unlock your UAV, whatever your 3 streak reward is. So it's pretty cool that way because games that are objective based, you're gonna have people actually trying to perform the objective and elongate their streak instead of just, running around getting their kill death ratio up. So it's gonna help in that regard.
All right. And what about the online modes? Is there anything different about online modes?
They actually have this new team deathmatch variant. It's called kill confirm mode. Basically, you're gonna run around 5v5, killing people, but the way that it works is say you kill a guy, he's gonna drop a dog tag. Now the only way you can get points for that kill is to pick up his dog tag. So I think it's a little bit different that way because now not only are you, trying to kill people, but you gotta confirm your kills to get points, and if somebody kills you, your teammate can pick up your dog tag and prevent the other team from getting points.
My boy.
Yeah, so teamwork definitely is important. So I think that's gonna be a cool new variant to Team Deathmatch.
That's pretty cool. So so they get rid of kill streaks, adds new point streaks.
Yeah.
What else?
They actually added support streaks too. Now support streaks are for newer players. Basically, you're gonna get kill streaks, but they're gonna be more geared towards helping your team instead of helping you. So you're gonna get like care packages, things like that. The good thing about support streaks though is if you die, you're actually gonna keep your streak. So say you kill 2 people and then you die with your support streaks activated, you're gonna keep your kill streak, which will work towards the new perks for having support streaks instead of normal point streaks. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool.
All right, so what's this elite mode that I've been hearing about now?
Yeah, that's actually pretty controversial. Activision is rolling out this new thing called Call of Duty Elite. What it is, it's a subscription-based service, so you have to pay for it once a month. But the things that you do get for it is you're gonna get free DLC, so every time they add new map packs and all that, you don't have to pay for it, which is pretty cool. You're gonna have a special online matchmaking, where it's not like you're just gonna be playing with random people, you're actually gonna be playing with people who are similar to your interests and are similar to your playstyle. So say you like photography, the game is actually gonna search for people who have the same things tagged in you under their likes and interests.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you're not gonna get matched up with 12-year-old kids all the time. That's one supposed perk to it. Also, Activision is gonna be running online tournaments with the game. So we'll see how that shapes up, but yeah, I don't know if people are gonna wanna pay for a subscription-based service for their Call of Duty, but we'll see how it shakes out. Activision's trying to make that money, so they gotta do it. They gotta do what they gotta do, man.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it shakes out.
DJ, didn't we go somewhere this weekend?
Yeah, pretty sure we did.
Where did we go?
We went to MLG Orlando. It was actually pretty cool out there, man.
ML motherfucking G.
Yeah, we got to talk to a lot of cool people. We got a chance to interview a lot of top gamers, so I hope you guys enjoy this.
Miss your face. The funny things you used to say made me cry today. I don't wanna cry no more.
So first things first, what's your guys' names?
Up to Gaming.
So how are you guys liking the competition here in Orlando?
Well, we're going into the championship, so we're feeling pretty good, yeah.
That's cool.
It's going to be good, especially because we just came off of winning the $1 million tournament for Activision on COD XP, so if we win this one, it's going to be back-to-back championships for us.
All right, what's up, world? This is DJ with those guys. I got Ryan over here to my left. We're at MLG Orlando. So what's up, Ryan? Where are you from?
I'm from California.
So what are you competing in?
Halo Reach now. So I've been playing Halo every year, but it's Reach now.
So do you have a team that you're representing?
Yeah, it's Active Rush Mad. We actually got 7th. I think we did not as good as we expected, but we finally broke our curse of placing top 12 all the time. But the competition, it's really good. Everyone's caught up to Instinct, and everyone's just on the same level, so it's intense. You never know who's gonna win the series.
I'm here with Geekers Gaming. So how did you guys meet up, and how did you become a team?
Well, what it is that I actually run a LAN center and hold tournaments all over the country with Geekers Gaming, and this is my partner, Passive Bullet, and we actually do online tournaments as well with Contender. So it just made sense for us all to get together and play.
Well, how do you guys like the competition out here? How'd you do?
The competition is very solid, very solid. When you're playing this, you get a massive amounts of players that are just legends, like Strong Side. How can somebody go up against Strong Side, right?
My name's Chris Berger. I coach MLG Pro Gears team. We're looking to come back next season strong because, as most people know, Gears was dropped off the MLG Pro Circuit 2 years ago. And we actually took second at Nationals when that happened. I'm just here for promotional reasons and to talk to people about Gears, which is quite a lot of people.
Hello, I'm here at MLG Orlando. I'm here with Kelly and Dana. Where are you guys from?
I'm from San Diego, California. And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a weird question. Is this your first MLG tournament that you guys been to?
No, sir. This would be my 23rd and...
What?
Yeah.
23rd?
Yeah, man.
I didn't say how much.
This is my 19th.
Did you guys come here to enter a tournament, spectate? What's up? What's going on?
I'm just coaching a Call of Duty team called So Vicious, but normally we're on a team together actually called High and Mighty.
We actually didn't play this tournament. Like she said, she coached. I also coached a pro Halo team, but normally we usually play Call of Duty together. Yep.
So what do you guys think of the event so far?
I love Orlando already. This is just a great venue. It's very big, very spacious.
I think it's awesome so far. The crowd that's come out, it's unreal. You got you got Call of Duty, StarCraft, Halo, all this out here, and so many people representing. It's awesome.
What's up? You're watching the TV and movie section of Those Guys. I'm Bensky. This is DJ, aka Jamrock, aka CP3 going to the Knicks, aka just like LeBron said he was going to the Knicks, aka End the Lockout.
What we're gonna do is bring you some of the hottest shows this season. Let's start out with my favorite, Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory is a story about 4 friends, Sheldon, Leonard, Howard, and Raj. They pretty much do all the geeky stuff out there. They play World of Warcraft, they do cosplay, they play a rock band, and they read comic books.
Isn't that everything that's in the intro to our show? And also, you forgot about Penny, that cute girl who lives next door. She's played by Kaylee Kuko.
She can get it.
Be sure to check out the show on CBS on Thursdays.
Next up, we have Terra Nova. Terra Nova is a story about a dying planet, and they pretty much figured out a way to send a bunch of people back 85 million years back to start a new civilization. The story is pretty much like Lost and Jurassic Park combined together. If you like those, you're really gonna enjoy this show. So DJ, what have you been watching lately?
I've actually been watching a show called New Girl. It's about a quirky girl named Jess, and she's being played by Zoe Deschanel. And that girl is cute as a button.
Also, her best friend Cece, played by Hannah Simone. God, she's got like...
The show's about this girl who gets dumped by her boyfriend and has to move in with 3 guys. It's pretty funny, you should definitely check it out.
Another good show is Supernatural. Supernatural's been going on for 7 seasons now. I think they should have ended the 5th. The story is about Sam and Dean, 2 brothers. They pretty much hunt demons and all that other creepy shit.
That show actually reminds me of a new one coming out called American Horror Story. You can catch it on FX, and it's being made by the producers of Nip Tuck. So yeah, definitely check that out.
That's the end of our segment. If you guys have any good recommendations out there, hit us up in Facebook or post any comments below.
And we got you with our first impressions next week.
All right, guys, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, hit us up on Facebook.
Thank you for watching the show. But before you go, check out these clips from MLG Orlando. Welcome, world. You're here with those guys. We're here at MLG Orlando at Gaylord Palms Hotel, and we're having an amazing time. I'm here with my man,
DJ, what up, bro?
DJ and
Chris, what's going on?
They're both members of those guys, and it's amazing. It's amazing stuff going on right now. Did you come here to spectate, or did you enter a tournament? Like, what's going on?
I came here to spectate. I'm not good enough at all to play at all.
Are you practicing though?
Sometimes, when I can.
Do you have any top players, a favorite player that you came here to watch, or
Idra.
I'd have to say Marine King.
Marine King, okay.
Yeah. Marine King, Idra, and Hut.
I'm a big fan of Idra, Destiny especially, mainly the better Zerg players.
Because EG has Justin Wong in the Street Fighter world, I've grown accustomed to their team, which is Idra, who's been kicking some Korean ass this weekend. So besides him, the Marine King guy, I'm starting to learn all the top players and stuff in StarCraft, but it's exciting. It's big loyalty here. Like in the fighting game community, it's not about being loyal to one guy, it's about who's winning at that time. Here, people are loyal to each player, so that's really exciting to watch.
That's really different from the fighting game community. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's not better or worse, it's just different.
What do you think of the event so far? Like, this is amazing, huh?
You know what? It's a lot different from the fighting game community events.
Exactly.
Like, there's a more, I want to say, solitude approach to the event, but it's still pretty hype, man. They tend to get live for StarCraft too, so I enjoyed it.
I see you have a poster here. What is this about?
Oh, you know, ever since Bird War, I've been a fan of Boxer, and ever since then, people have been counting him out, saying he's old, saying he can't play anymore. Well, you know, he just showed that he can play his heart out, and he can play.
Okay, let me show it up to the camera. Let's see what you got there. The Emperor. They do call Boxer the Emperor in Korea.
And that's it for MLG Orlando 2011. Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a great weekend. See you next time.
You look fucking tired.